Hi guys, what's up? Hi, what's up? Hi. Hi guys, what's up? My name is Abimbola and welcome back to my channel. There's a lot of background noise and it's really hot, so I'm hoping the audio makes sense. Hence, I went to get this microphone. So yeah, you guys manage me a bit. Makeup is a bit crazy too, but listen, I'm coming from a disco. I just finished dancing. So let's go. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Please subscribe, please like, please share, and yeah man, let's get straight into this video. I've never done this before, so this is interesting. I will call this a review of the new season of Love is Blind. Y'all listen, as a content consumer, I'm going to say creator, but if you know what I do, then you know what I do, so let's just move ahead. I tend to consume a lot of content, and since co-producing Real Housewives of Lagos, I've kind of developed an interesting flair for reality TV, and just the nuances around it, because when you talk about a fish in water for Real Housewives of Lagos, it was interesting, and I kind of have a passion for that now, which is interesting, but I guess it's all part of the story of hopefully being a well-rounded producer. So yeah, I have TV under my belt. But anyways, I digress. So as usual, they'll start with like a lot of people. They're showing you a lot of people that are there, but eventually they only hone in on like a few like people that they feel like are very relevant. I also feel like they do that. I don't know how they do the selection, it's not my concern. Anyways, they shall focus on only certain key people as usual. And so we'll start with first on my list. First on my list is a girl called Jackie. Jackie goes into the pod and she starts talking to a bunch of guys. Eventually, Jackie ends up narrowing down her conversations to like two guys. One weird guy, I think J. Paul or something, and then Marshall, right? And you could tell, I don't even know what it was, because J. Paul is loud and he's not my cup of tea. But anyways, she was kind of conflicted between him and Marshall. Marshall is more in touch with his emotions, more direct, very vocal about how he feels. Seems like a great communicator. I'm talking about while they were in the pods, right? And so, yeah, she was conflicted between the two of them. I think eventually she realized that she was done dealing with bad boys and all this. And so you go for something that is not your usual type. I'm assuming, and that was Marshall, right? They get into the honeymoon phase, and everything seems okay initially, but then Jackie starts to act crazy, and then Marshall starts to show himself. So I feel like Marshall suffers from a savior complex. You know, all these people that see a problem in a person or trauma in a person and feel like they can fix or save you. I think Marshall is one of those guys.
She wants me to be more aggressive in the bedroom. You know, somebody will slap around a little bit, you know, not physically,
drama,
but like, yeah,
drama.
It's not who I am. It's never who I will be. She wants that toxic kind of love, and I recognize it. I've dealt with women like that before. I'm the first guy and the first real man in their life who treats them like something. And I never thought that it would be this bad, this self-sabotaging.
Jackie has issues. Jackie is self-destructive. Jackie needs therapy. Jackie herself has said it that she has trauma. She constantly blows hot and cold, and I could never understand why. 1 minute you're okay, next minute you're flaring up and you're acting crazy, and you're like, you're not sure this is going to work, and you don't know what it is, that it is just something that's off. And then this gentleman, who is great at communicating, walks up to you and tells you, okay, what do you need from me? And then she goes, I don't know. And then he's like, I'm asking you, what do you need from me? And her response is, just love me. And then he's trying to love you, but you're not letting him love you. Then you tell us that you're also crazy. I don't know, it's all over the place. Anyways, I also feel like Marshall has anger issues. The reason why I say that is because initially when they were in the pods, right? And when he had told Jackie that he was into her and he wanted her, and she kind of responded saying she's not sure because she also feels like she might have feelings for the J. Paul guy or that other dude. Anyways, the way Marshall was very riled up, was very interesting. Also, when they had done or they were through with the honeymoon phase, when they were now living with each other, there was a particular, I can't remember whose birthday it was. I think it was Kwame. I say Kwame, not Kwame. Oh, they just showed up, or Jackie showed up late for the party, and I guess he felt like she was maybe a bit overexposed. I don't know what it was, but he felt the need to tell her to wear his jacket. This babe did not say she was cold. I was like, nope, here's a jacket, wear it, and he put it on her and he walked away. Literally shut down what she was trying to say, and I'm just like, this nigga, sorry, this guy, something is really, really off. I don't know. People say that they feel like Marshall is manipulative. I don't agree. I don't think he's manipulative at all. I, however, believe firmly that Jackie is a gaslighter. Jackie is a gaslighter. I feel like she played the victim so much by trying to act like as if, no, oh, my trauma, I can't move on. The problem is me. If the problem is you, then just say you don't want to do it anymore. It's crazy because I'm just like, women say that you want a man who's sensitive, you want a man who's in touch with his feelings, and Marshall gives you this. And then your response is, he's not man enough. Yeah. Jackie tells him that she wants him to be aggressive. He's not man enough. And I'm just like, anyway, long and short, the day they were meant to show up for bridal fitting, my lady did not show up. Instead, she was on a date with this other dude from the pod. That's another thing I liked about this season. They kept on bringing people who connected with people in the pods, outside of the pods. It was weird. Anyways, she was on a date with him, and at the end of that date, she tells him that she's going to break up with Marshall, and she kisses him. And then Marshall gets home, and he's like, what is going on? Why didn't you show up? What's the issue? And then she tells him point blank and period that she was on a date with this guy. In fact, she first of all starts the conversation by saying that she finds the guy attractive. Hey, I'm not the person that she's married to. I'm just like, or engaged. She tells him that she doesn't want to do anymore. And my guy is weak. And then you see that it finally hits him and he's upset and he just packs his things and he tells her she's going to regret it. I don't know, the way they left their story was very weird for me. Also, when Marshall spoke to Jackie and Jackie said she wasn't interested in going ahead with the engagement anymore, Marshall asked for the ring back. Listen, I've always thought about it that when people call off engagements, do you A, as the lady, return the ring back, or do you B, as the man, demand for the ring back? Because my bro was like, give me that ring, you don't deserve it. But guess who had the cheek to respond? Jackie. Jackie said, no, I'm gonna keep this ring because I earned it. Putting up with your ass. Next interesting couple is Kwame and Chelsea. Now, Kwame and Chelsea's story is pretty much like Iana and Jeff. So Kwame connected with two ladies, Micah and Chelsea. He felt more, I don't know whether it was attractive because he had never met her before, right? He felt he was leaning more towards Micah. And so he literally proposes to Micah, or is about to, and then she shuts him down, point blank, period. She's not interested. And it's like, what? And then he has to go back, cries, hurt, very emotional.
It's tough to be the villain in your own story. It's really funny because with no intention at all, in that moment, it did feel like he was the villain in mine.
Comes back a few days and proposes to Chelsea, and Chelsea agrees. Now, Chelsea agrees simply because she's felt from the jump that Kwame was the one for her. However, while in the pod, Kwame seemed like a decent dude. He felt very, very communicative. He came across as emotionally intelligent. You know what I mean? But the minute they were out of the pod, all hell broke. First of all, their honeymoon, they had sex. Nobody's business. First night is okay. Some people said that they wanted to test it. That did Jackie tell Marshall? She said, if you buy a car, you need to test it, right? So I'm not even judging them about that. But they get into the honeymoon phase, and instantly the attraction is there for the two of them. They're boom booing, and everything is happening. Then there's the first time where all the couples hang out together, and then Kwame sees Micah, and then all of a sudden, he's acting retarded, literally speaking like.
Seeing Kwame, I think he's super handsome, and like I think he's just as wonderful as I imagined.
Like, what's so beyond what our physical appearance was? Micah could be the strangest looking being on earth, and like, I still would have been encapsulated by her presence. She's really beautiful, you know? I'm attracted to her. Like, I'm attracted to her. I'm sorry.
I honestly believe that Kwame is not for Chelsea. I don't think he can stand her personality. He says he can, and he says they're very similar and they complement each other, but I disagree. So she's loud. She's also very needy. And I don't think that's something that he enjoys per se. I think also, listen, I think Kwame is what, 30-something, right? I keep saying it, men and women, once you've been able to establish a life by yourself for a period of time, as much as you might long for a relationship, you definitely want to be able to take breaks from that same relationship. If you know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to break it down too much. And so for him, I think it was one of those things.
To like nitpick every little thing.
I'm not nitpicking. I'm telling you how you approach things, how you go after conversations, how you always want to like chase the fight. It always just feels like everything's so confrontational.
Another part of Kwame that is crazy is I think he's a gaslighter. I would say this because the entire time they get back from their honeymoon, right? He keeps on saying he called his mom. But my guy, you are the only person in the history of this show that will call somebody and we can't hear the person's conversation with you. So I don't even know whether he really dialed. Because every time he's talking to this supposed mom on the phone, we can't hear her feedback, we can't hear her audio, and we just only hear his responses. A bit weird. So there's an issue. His siblings are happy. His mother is not for it at all. Now he says that he was raised African, but African American, all that good stuff. So, if his mom doesn't approve, he's not really sure he can go ahead with it. Kwame just has so many stories. I honestly also low-key think, forgive me, I think Chelsea has an obsession with the fact that Kwame is Black and African. I don't know how to explain it. I think she's just very caught up in it. I don't know. There's a way she looks at him when she talks about him. It's just from the first time she met him, she just, I knew you're the one. You're the one for me, Kwame. I love everything about you. I don't know. I just feel like she just, I don't know. I think we should find out whether Chelsea has dated Black before. And you know what they say, once you go Black, you can never go back. I feel like Chelsea likes Black guys because, I don't know, she just feels for Kwame very strongly. And I don't know, it makes me feel very, 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 very weird. I don't know. And then time for marriage, Kwame tells Chelsea not to take his last name. So I don't think they're going to walk down the aisle, to be honest with you. No, I think they'll get to the aisle. I don't think they'll say I do, honestly speaking. But the part that made me cringe was the fact that he said because his mother hasn't approved yet, he will go ahead and get to the aisle and answer whether yes or no, but that when they finally, or if they end up getting married, she shouldn't take his last name till his mother approves. Are you wild? First of all, it's 2023. Don't nobody care whether you want to keep your husband's name or keep your last name or whatever it is. But for you didn't even give her the choice. You are the one that's telling her, "Hey, hello, Sisi Pelege, don't take my last name." Problem was, yes, Kwame is dodgy. Listen, Kwame is dodgy. Okay, now we're going to go to Micah and Paul. Micah, first of all, Micah is a lady who turned down Kwame. She's weird. So she has this friend who is called Irina, who is of no relevance because she a mean bitch. Sorry, I said it. Two of them were doing Mean Girls on the show. They'll be laughing at Bliss. I'm coming to tell you who Bliss is. They'll be laughing at other girls. They'll be very mean. You know, people that will talk to each other and then laugh at everybody. And it felt like all the things that they did was literally very, very calculated. Just get ahead. It felt like they were in a game. Like they came here to just be in a game. and to just trend for clout, because I don't understand it. But the minute she agreed to marry Paul and she came out of the pods, it was like Micah became a different person. I think for Paul, I think Paul is just obsessed with Micah. I think in his mind, he's like, I'm this weird, nerdy kind of guy, and I found this girl, and on a normal good day, she is way out of my league. He's way out of my league. I don't know what I said just now. And I'm just obsessed, and I'm happy to just have someone like that, because I don't know.
Oh my god, this is so weird. This is so weird seeing you.
Well, hopefully weird in a good way. I don't know.
For sure. I'm definitely excited.
It was definitely one of the greatest moments of my life, and I think it'll just keep going up from here.
Also, Micah's friend doesn't like Paul, and I thought that was very weird. Like, the first time she met him, she just walks up to Micah and she's like, he's not the one for you. Now, it's fine that my friends might have an opinion about who I date. However, I would like to think that you have a level of tact to be able to tell me how you're really feeling. I feel like your friend was too brutal and too blunt, especially for someone that felt how she felt and didn't necessarily have reasons as to why she felt that way, apart from the fact that she just, the way he looked. Because Micah is always trying to dress Paul up, and if you look at Paul and you see Micah, but Paul is a cute looking guy. You know what I mean? Weirdly, in that white, cute kind of way. He's like Joe from You, season 1. Yeah. That's how I feel about them, to be honest with you. I don't necessarily think they're going to walk down there. Next is Bliss and Zach. Bliss and Zach is interesting because Zach fell for two ladies. He fell for Irina, who was the one that was rude, that was terrible, that was malicious, and that wanted her best friend Micah's man. Oh yeah, but I'm coming. So Zach fell for Irina and he fell for Bliss, and he was conflicted, which was crazy because I don't understand why. Irina was doing everything that she could to just make sure that she got herself a man, and that was Zach. Clear example, while they were in the pods, Zach turned a year older. Bliss remembered his birthday and she mentioned it in the house because you know why? This girl cooked, no, she didn't cook, I said cooked. This girl baked a cake for this uncle. She baked a whole cake for him. And then Irina hears that she's baking a cake for Zach and she's like, oh my God. She had a date with Zach later on that evening. And so she goes in there and she goes, happy birthday. I don't have anything for you, but happy birthday. Also, I just want to tell you, I actually even totally forgot it was your birthday, but I'm sorry. Yeah. And Zach still went ahead to pick that babe. Meanwhile, Bliss came in with a birthday cake. I'm like, what do men want? What do people want? Anyways, he picks Irina, proposes to her over Bliss. He said his reason was this. He felt like Bliss was way out of his league and he felt like he could be more of himself with Irina. And I think that's also because she sold him that. Irina was literally letting Zach think. No, Irina showed the side that she knew that Zach wanted to see. He proposes to her, she agrees. They go to the honeymoon. As soon as they, in fact, first of all, as soon as he proposes, the next day, right, is when they do the link up. The minute she saw Zach, y'all, listen, this shit was wild. The minute she saw him, you could tell that she was turned off. Just kept on looking at him like as if, no. Everybody, the first meeting, they kissed, they hugged. A bit of awkwardness, but there was a balance to it. My guy tried to kiss, she gave him cheek straight. She only hugged him like twice. After that, she tapped his hand and then they sat down. While they sat down, he kept on looking at her thinking, oh my God, you know, just taking her in. And she kept on saying, oh God, stop staring. Is this what you do? You just stare, your eyes don't blink? That is so weird. First time you meet him and you start to complain.
You have like the blankest stare in your eyes. You're like this.
Really? I'm just kind of taking it all in.
Me too. I don't know why you look like a fictional character. You look like something out of like a cartoon.
I know.
Listen, this Irina girl made me think about all the people that I've dated in the past and made me think about if I'm this kind of person where all you do is you just met someone and you don't even have anything positive to say. You're already complaining. There's already an issue with the way his freaking eyes are. Like, are you mad? Anyways, this uncle then still did not see the red flag. No, he did not see the red flag. They go on honeymoon together. They get on honeymoon. The entire time, you can tell my uncle is miserable. This girl does not hug him. I think they only kissed maybe once. And even then, she tells her friend Micah that the kiss was terrible. She felt like puking. Every time he touches her, she can't stand it. So the first time all the couples come together to meet is at a pool party. While they're there, Irina sees Paul for the first time. All of a sudden, she says that she has an attraction to Paul. She's flirting with Paul the entire duration. The entire duration. And lets Paul know that she's feeling the boy. Your best friend, Micah's guy. You're engaged to Zach. She's engaged to Paul. And you're doing this there and then, rubbing his thigh. She's being very touchy-feely. Eventually, Paul tells Micah, and they get back from the honeymoon phase into real world. And Micah has a dinner with Irina. And Irina tells Micah there and then that, listen, I don't know how to explain it, but I gotta keep it 100 with you. I want your man, because I'm feeling your man. She said, this is wild. My best friend kind of telling me, I'm just like, listen, some babes don't have chill. Some babes don't have chill. And I'm not one to ever say that my husband cannot have a female friend because I'm not that person. But I can see how some women can be crazy when it comes to men having friends that are females or just being around certain type of females, because what the actual hell? The audacity to tell someone that you want a man or that you're attracted to a man. Hello, this is not when you speak your truth. This is not when your truth will set you free. This is not when you speak your truth so that you can enjoy your life. No, my sister, this is when you shut the hell up. This is when you swallow it. This is when don't nobody care how you're feeling. This is when it's not about you. That was crazy. If you've ever told a friend of yours that is female or male that you like that person's partner, you are disturbed, you need therapy. Yeah, you're not disturbed, you're disturbed. You need therapy, not therapy. Therapy, and you need help and Jesus, because lots of you walking very boldly around this country, very, very audacious. Zach finally gathers the balls to tell Irina that, listen, this is not working, and yeah, they should just let it go. Let it go. Irina agrees instantly. In fact, she's relieved because she's like, oh, God. My guy gets back to Seattle and he's like, he's been miserable the entire time. And he goes straight to Bliss.
I believe there's nobody in this world who I'm meant to be with more than you. Will you marry me?
Jump. Bliss is mature. Bliss has emotional intelligence. However, Zach is a self-sabotager. It's like she's a great communicator, but Zach doesn't get it. And he's a lawyer, so it's a bit weird that he doesn't. It's like one of those people that he listens to respond. I don't know, that communication is definitely very, very off, and I don't know how they're going to do it. Bliss's dad is not feeling Zach at all. And I could tell that for her, that's an issue. But honestly, I don't know. The two of them, I don't know if they're going to say yes. Honestly speaking, I think she has certain doubts about Zach, just simply because of the way he handles things. All right, now finally to my favorite couple. My favorite couple of this season is Tiffany and drumroll, Brett.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
From the jump, they were very honest. I think I appreciate Brett a lot because I really appreciate a man that can communicate. You know what I mean? He's not very expressive, but when he needs to talk, when he needs to express himself, and when he needs to reassure her, his communication is very on it. Both body language and both words. So he's speaking it, he's also showing it. And I also think that's because he's also mature. And Tiffany is very mature as well. You could tell that from different classes of life in terms of how they grew up, but where they've come to, there's a good balance. I feel like they complement each other really well, but I also think that Tiffany has been through some crazy ass relationships that a man like Jeff kind of comes, a man like, I also feel like Tiffany has been through some crazy relationships that a man like Brett makes her feel like it's too good to be true. So I don't think she's a self-sabotager, but I think she deals with a lot of anxiety when she thinks about how good of a person he is. You know what I mean?
It had me a little emotional. Because he sees things in me that sometimes I don't see in myself. I'm sorry.
Like when you're in the pods, he's talking all these things and you're thinking it's game. And then you meet him and he's literally walking the walk, literally speaking. And so I think she gets really anxious and she's just like, this is overwhelming. I can't believe this. Is this person really real? Do we really get along this well? Is our communication so effective? You know what I mean? But I think it's also because they're both so mature and they know what they want. So these are two people, I don't know, I really, really hope that they say yes. I think that the only ones I firmly believe will say yes this season. I feel like these are two people that have gone through life and have been broken and have found ways to become whole and are choosing to come together to be wholesome. And it's just a breath of fresh air to me. I don't know. Again, let me just say what I wrote here before I wrap it up. I said, I love the idea of Tiffany and Brett. I say idea because on TV, it looks great. But when the lights go off, I hope that they can stand the test of time. I also know that they are both way more mature and ready for commitment, which makes their conversation and their compromises easier. I also think Tiffany gets overwhelmed with how sure of himself Brett is and how sure he is in his emotions and feelings for her. She's always looking in awe that can this really be real? You know what I mean? I think Brett's assurance fuels her sometimes, but it also creates fear in her. That's what I was saying about the fact that she's just like, can this person be this real? Is it possible? You know what I mean? I think she needs to breathe. Also her being 36 and him being 36 as well. I just think two of them just complement each other greatly. I honestly don't have one bad thing to say about Brett and Tiffany. For every time in which they've had not even conflicts, just deep, and they've had deep, meaningful conversations, you know, kids that they want to have, how they want to raise them, where they want to stay. They've spoken about how they were raised, the different upbringing.
Anyway, I'm trying not to get too emotional talking about that. But thinking about like a family and like kind of starting a new branch in my family, you know, with like where she is in her life, where I'm at in my life, you know, our ambition, you know, Black woman, and, you know.
It's important.
It is. And it's like, you know, generational poverty in my family is a thing. And it's like, I want to be with somebody that is like driven and focused as I am, and we can grow together and we can start a whole new like life for, you know, when it comes to our kids and what they can be able to achieve and give them the resources that I didn't have.
I just feel like there's just mutual respect, adoration, and understanding. And I think for me, what really made me feel very melty on the inside was when she met Brett's dad and how direct and down to earth he was. So I'm honestly just rooting for Tiffany and Brett. The rest of the people in this season, I'm just like, but when I see that this season gave us content, because what? From Irina and Micah being like mean girls, to Jackie being crazy, to her just while the show is going on, stepping out on her fiance with that crazy guy, to Marshall saying, you know what, I'm done, give me back my ring, to Micah and Irina telling her best friend that I want your man, to Zach saying he doesn't want Irina anymore and going back to beg Bliss. I just feel like there's been so many moving parts and it's come together to make a really wholesome season. So yeah, I'm excited to see where the lines fall for these people. If you're not watching Love is Blind season 4, what are you really doing? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Yeah, like I said, my first time doing a review, and because I'm such a filmmaker and a storyteller, I feel like I told a lot of stories in terms of trying to make you guys see what I watched as opposed to just saying my mind. So yeah, I guess I'll get better and it'll be shorter next time. But yeah, all right, that's my review. Yeah, this is fun. Ignore this setup, please. I'm tired and I'm about to go to bed after I wash off this makeup and take a shower. So yes, please like, please subscribe, and please share. I appreciate you guys. Bye.